all that is very good, but how do I know how much is phi, theta and psi, which we will now go and answer. Okay, so here's where we are. We have tried to relate the coordinate systems E0 defined by the capital EI and the coordinate system E defined by small ei by an Euler angle sequence. Okay, and we picked the ZXZ or so called 313 Euler angle sequence. Okay, and we showed that if these two coordinate systems are related by a rotation tensor R, which we know that we can find such a tensor, then we could construct the ZXZ Euler angle sequence as the rotations tensors R psi, R theta and R phi, which then successively multiply each other and produce the rotation tensor R. And the big question was, given this this motion from E0 to E through the rotation tensor R, how do I find phi theta psi for the ZXZ or 313 Euler angle sequence? How do I do that? So that's what we are going to do now. Well, first of all, compute the matrix of R in E0, and this you can do so because we have a formula for that, and the formula is given by this. So what we are saying is that the rotation tensor R is given by Ej dot Ei tensor Ej, right? So this implies that the rotation tensor R in E0 is known. Okay, so that's one part. The next part is, let's now compute the rotation tensor R in E0 using this formula over there, or this relationship. Okay, we have chosen the ZXZ or 313 Euler angle sequence, and we know that the rotation tensor R can be written in this form. In this form, phi theta psi occur automatically. So if we can write R in terms of R psi, R theta and R phi, then we may be able to equate this and get equations for phi theta and psi. That's how we are going to solve the problem. Okay, so let's do that. So well, from this equation it seems that we should be able to write down R in E0 as simply R psi in E0, R theta in E0 times R phi in E0. All I have done is that I have evaluated this tensor quantity, this tensor equation in E0, both sides in E0. But I have a problem. Do I know these three tensors? Do I know what they look like? Okay, and well, I will leave it as a challenge for you. You go and find these matrices. Okay, you will find that you don't know R psi, for example, in E0. You don't know R theta in E0. What we do know is R phi in E0. Why do we know R phi in E0? For that, we must go back to this picture. In this picture, recall that we went from the black coordinate system to the pink coordinate system by a rotation of phi around E3. And I have repeated this picture over here. So here is the black coordinate system, here is the pink coordinate system, and I obtain the pink coordinate system, that is E prime. This is E prime from E0 by rotation about E3 by phi. Okay, so this is the equation that we have written down, that Ei prime is equal to R phi dot Ei. Now what this means is that if you go back to the earlier part of this lecture, you would find that the rotation tensor R phi in the coordinate system E0 is simply a two-dimensional rotation about E3. So its matrix will actually be very simple: cosine theta, not theta, cosine phi minus sine phi, sine phi, cosine phi. So R phi 0, E0 we know, okay, but we do not know the other two. So what we do is that we use change of coordinate systems. What does that mean? Well, if I want to find R psi in E0, I must be able to write this matrix in terms of the matrix of R psi in a known coordinate system. Okay, which is that? Well, for that, let's look at this picture. So in this picture, I have drawn the rotation tensor R psi, the operation of that rotation tensor. We know that EI is obtained by the operation of R psi on EI double prime. Okay, so that means the rotation tensor R psi takes the coordinate system E double prime to E, which is okay. So therefore R psi in E double prime must be, again, as you can see in this picture, a simple 2D rotation. I am simply rotating the red, which is the E double prime, about one of its own axis, E3 double prime, to produce the blue one. Okay, let me create some space by shifting everything up. Okay, so therefore I'm sure many of you are already aware, and if you are not, you can easily prove that this rotation tensor R psi in E double prime is again simply a rotation tensor about the third axis. So this will be 1, these will be zeros, this will be cosine psi, then minus sine psi, then sine psi, cosine psi. So I know R psi in E double prime. I want to find R psi in E0, and I can do that by going through a coordinate transformation, and that will be part of your homework. Okay, when you do that, you will find that R in E0 can be given by this formula. In this formula, you will notice that now R psi is evaluated in E double prime, which I have just found over here, which I know is easy. R theta, which was originally required in E0, is now required in E prime, which again is a 2D rotation, as theta, as you can see from this picture, right? So the theta rotation is a rotation about E1 prime. So R theta is known in E prime. So the nice thing about this formula as opposed to that formula is that on the right hand side, each one of these rotation tensors is easily known. Each one of them is a 2D rotation. The important thing to remember is, look, in this formula it is R psi, R theta, R phi, but over here the ordering is reversed. Okay, that's a very common thing in Euler angle rotations. Every time the sequence of rotation tensors is reversed when evaluating their matrices. Okay, and as I said, each rotation is about a coordinate axis, and therefore each one of them is a simple 2D rotation whose matrix is always simple, provided you evaluate the matrix in the coordinate systems which are linked by that rotation. Okay, so this R phi is simple because R phi relates E0 and E1, not E1, E prime. But R phi in any other coordinate system, in let us say E double prime, is not easy. Okay. All right. So proving much of this stuff will be your homework. These are simply R phi's, these matrices which I have written out for you. I have already shown this one and I have shown you this one. R theta in E prime, you can go ahead and do that. It will turn out to be this 2D rotation. Now simply all you have to do is to take this, substitute it there, substitute this over there and this over there, and multiply all the three matrices together to compute R. Okay, and on the next page maybe I'll show you the full R. And once you have the R, you have already computed R in E0 directly. You have computed R in E0 through this matrix multiplication. You can equate both computations of R, and when you get that, you will get equations for nasty equations for phi, theta and psi, which you can solve for phi, theta and psi. Again, this will constitute a homework for you. Now some of you may be thinking that I am spending far too much time on rotations. Well, that is because it is possibly the most common motion in the universe. Every planet, every atom, every electron, everything in this world rotates, as you can also see from these many informative cartoons.